Hey, 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 it's your girl, Bobby J. Hey, hey, Merry Christmas. Hey, everybody out there. Happy holiday season's greetings. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Everything. You see, Bobby J is in her holiday outfit to give this review for the holidays. I'm always in a festive mood. No matter what the world is going through, I have to be in that mood. I'm a little happy. You know, they're going to send us a little $600. Ain't enough to do nothing with. But I'll take what I can get from this United States that we pay all these taxes for. That's really our money coming back to us. So they act like they're doing us a favor, but they're not. Anyhow, we're not here for that. We're here for the Have and the Have Not Season 8, Episode 5, A Little Bird. Where the little bird coming? Did anybody see a little Tweety bird come through, fly by? Did anybody see anything like that? Because Bobby J ain't seen that. You know why? They mentioned that at the end. Way at the end when Benny was talking about the realtor. That realtor, I forgot her name, what her name is. But you know, the one that he got the little crush on now, but she dating one of the Malones, little Sandy Malone. Well, she used to be. She ain't no more. But anyway, I'm like, where did Tyler get these titles from? Somebody help me with that because it doesn't make any sense. A little bird. It ain't got nothing to do with birds. Anyway, so it starts off how it ended, of course, with Jim up in Hannah's bedroom. Why you up in the people's bedroom, Jim? And then acting like he a tough guy. He done got whooped and beat by Hannah and Candace together. Benny, I mean, he a punk. And he don't even know it. He has to use money to hire people to do stuff. But I guess that's the joys of being rich. Oops, my bad. He's not rich. His wife is rich. Let's get that straight. Catherine's rich. So he's in the bed. She's like, what the hell are you doing up in here and stuff? And she's like, am I supposed to be scared of you? And he was like, you should be. She's like, well, I'm not. You know, it's like, what? So he's like walking over here. She's like, you know what? I'm going to bed. Like she got in her bed and he came over and sat on her damn bed. That is so rude with his street clothes on. You don't sit on nobody's bed with your street clothes on. Anyway, he shouldn't have been in her house anyway. Anyway, so she's telling him to get the hell out of her house. And he's like, no, I'm not leaving and stuff until we talk. And he's like, what? You not going to call the police? She's like, no. He's like, you not going to call your son? She's like, no. She said, you think you would have learned after he whooped your ass? I said, oh, snap. Oh, snap. So they talking and she said, you know what, Jim? Sometimes you get sick of other people's shit and you just can't be bothered. And I just can't be bothered right now. And he was like, let me tell you something, Hannah. You got to sign that over to me, that power of attorney. She's like, I ain't doing nothing. He said, you know, if you die, if something happens to you, that power of attorney is like worthless. She said, you're right. She said, and then it'll all go to my children. All to my children because I got it in my will. She said, you remember them, Benny and Candy. You know her. He's like, oh, I'll take care of them. She said, oh, please. That's what I'm talking about again with that shit. People shit. He always talking about he gonna take care of something. What season we up to? He ain't taking care of them yet. Okay? So, anyway, oh, I'm sorry. So, he's like, you don't have any money, Hannah. Catherine has money. She's like, I know. She said, and I'm in control of everything that Catherine has. So, how about them apples? And he's doing all this small talk. She was like, just get your ass up out of my house. She said, and you better not come back up in here again. She said, because if you come back up in here again, I'm going to shoot your brains out. And she said, and unlike your stupid son, I added that stupid because I don't think she said that. But unlike your son, he said, yeah, he is stupid. I'm not going to miss. She said, and I'm going to use real bullets. That's when he said he was dumb. Yeah, well, I thought that was a good line for somebody to add in. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. That way she could have called him dumb too. You know, stupid. But they missed that line. I don't know. Tyler Perry need to hire me to write for him. Anyway, So she said, please do me a favor and come back up in here, your ass up in here again, and I will show you. So he gets outside her house and he calls that accountant, one of those accountants, Don. And he's like, would you believe that bitch wouldn't let excuse me, would you believe she wouldn't sign it over to me? And he's like, yeah, I figured she wouldn't. You know, he's like, back in the days, I would have had her already in a body bag, you know, but I'm trying to make sure and find out if she's being protected by the Malones or not. And I was like, I thought it was Candace and Benny who was supposed to be protected by the Malones. I don't remember hearing anything about Hannah, but they threw that line in, so... You know how Tyler Perry is throwing stuff out of nowhere. This episode was just like the stuff that was going on with Mitch and all these little things. I was like, what the hell is Tyler doing? I don't know. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. What else? So he asks him, do he remember Lewis Miles? And he's like, what about him? He's saying the crime you committed to his estate. And he was like, no, Jim, that was we did that. And Jim was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, we committed the crime. No, you did. He said, I could throw out names like fraud and embezzlement. And the guy is like, oh, come on. So he basically blackmailing the guy after he probably got the guy to do that stuff. Now Jim is blackmailing the guy, Don, to do his dirty work. And he told him he better get that woman, talking about Hannah, to give him $500,000 tonight or he's going to take Don out. I said, that's so jacked up. People help you, then you try to blackmail them or threaten them or whatever he's doing to this guy. So that guy looks off anyway. But anyway, then it switches over to Catherine in prison. Jail. She's in jail, right? Prison is worse. She's in jail and she asks the girl, Gina, did she calm down? And she's talking to Gina and Kendrick comes in, that police officer that knew her daughter. And he tells him how her son is doing. Tells Catherine how Wyatt's doing. And asks, is there anything else he could do for her? And she's like, yeah, can I get a phone call? And he's like, well, that'll have to be in the morning. And she's like, I understand. And he said, I just want to let you know. And then this public defender comes in and talks to Gina. Because that's all Gina can afford. You know, because her husband got all the money. He's some rich person. And he's telling her that her husband got some kind of like an order of protection against her and she can't see her kids, but he's trying to get her bail to get out. She's like, wait, I got to see my kids. I got to see my kids. And then Catherine jumps in, of course, and says, excuse me, what is your name? And he said, public defender. She said, well, public defender, I'm Catherine Cryer. He said, oh, nice to meet you, or something like that. And she was like, you're fired, basically. He's like, you're fired. He's like, what? She's like, yeah. And the girl is like nervous, like, why is she doing this? You know, I can't, you know, she's like, I can't afford to pay. She said, don't worry, I got you. I said, go ahead, Catherine, with the I got you. So the girl's like, the guy said, are you firing me? She said, yes. And I'm hiring her a new attorney because he's an idiot. So anyway, the girl is like, you sure you could you could help me? And she said, Catherine already said she could help her or was going to try to help her. But she said, if I can't help you, I know a crazy bitch who can. And we know who that is. Veronica. You know, a crazy bitch who can. So she said, well, I can't afford you. She kept saying, don't worry, leave it alone. So why are you being nice to me? She said, I told you, you remind me of my daughter. And she was like, well, what happened? And all this stuff. She wanted to know about her daughter. She wanted to know about White. But you know, Catherine was like, I really don't want to talk to it about that. But she said, thanks to the girl for giving her a cause to fight for. And so she told Catherine, I hope everything works out with you and your boy. And Catherine said, I hope everything works out with you and your girls. And that would be nice if it did. So then it goes to Landon. I hate when Landon and Oliver I hate these scenes with them. I really do, because Oliver acts like an idiot. He acts like an idiot. And Landon's calling, trying to reach the president-elect Charles. And Oliver's not being difficult. No one to give him the phone. Wants to know where he is and all that stuff. He said, just put him on the phone. Where is he? He said he don't want to be disturbed. And I'm not going to disturb him. And next thing, Charles walks in and says, is that Landon on the phone? He said, oh, yes, he wants to talk to you. And so they chit-chat while he's standing right there in front of Oliver about Candace and stuff. And I'm sitting there going, oh, my God. They're talking, and he, what's his name? Landon asks to stay a little bit longer so he can work on Candace. But Charles don't want him to stay because he can't stand having Oliver there. He said, I still got this kid here. You know, he's like, why do I have to, he said, why is it I can't fire him again? I like that because I didn't know the president-elect didn't like the guy. He said, why can't I fire? He said, his parents, super PAC, you know, all that election, you know, all that stuff. So their parents is a super PAC, meaning they donate a lot of money to his campaign and yada, 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 whatever. I can't stand it. So anyway, I think Charles agrees to let him stay a second day. And he hangs up and he tells Oliver, next time Landon calls, make sure I get the call. And then he's like, why is your phone so sticky? And I started laughing about that because I was like, oh my God, please tell me it's not something else. And he said, oh, it must be the candy. I'm like, candy? Damn, what are you kidding? He's like, sir, Gretchen called and she wanted to talk to you. He's like, what? I want to talk to her. He said, did you tell her I was here? Yes, I did. Why did you do that? Yes, sir. I told her why. Charles was like, why? And he's like, mind your business. He told him. I said, damn, I didn't know it was like that. So he can't fire him. So that's interesting. So Charles go back to getting his massage and stuff, and the massage therapist keeps talking too damn much. She was getting on my damn nerves. I was like, I don't even know her. She getting on my nerves. I was like, I ain't getting the massage. And she's telling me his home is lovely and his kids are wonderful. And then that woman, what woman? Oh, that Candace, she's really beautiful. And I'm like, she all up in his business, you know. So she talking about how she can't believe she made it through the Secret Service and stuff. I thought something was wrong with her, like she was crazy, but she said she can't believe it. I was like, is she a nut or something? Anyway, so she's massaging him. She goes, you got a little tension in here. She all up in his upper thigh, told me he got a lot of tension, told me he needs some sex. I said, oh shit. Oh, sorry. And then she had the nerve to volunteer. She volunteered to give him some. I said, what? She said, I'd be honored to do it for you. And she went down and started giving him a blowjob. I said, oh, snap. What kind of massages are those called? With a happy ending? The massages with a happy ending, right? And then she stopped. And he's like, why you stop? Why you stop? Because you saw his face was glowing. And she was like, you thinking about her. But, so that's why you stopped. And he said, what are you, psychic? She said, no, I'm just in tune with bodies. I said, oh, okay, now, shit. And he said, she said, but you should be with her. If you love her, you know, you should be with her. And he was like, he didn't really want to talk about it. He said, just keep doing what you're doing. He said, matter of fact, make me forget about her. And she was like, my pleasure. She went down and started all over again. So then they show Don. Don shows up at Hannah's house. He's ringing the bell. Hannah opened the door. And before she could let him in, he walks right in her house. So she said, well, damn, you know, you just gonna walk in my house like that? And he's like, I'm here for Jim. He wants to get you to sign this to get him $500,000. And she was like, I have to speak to Catherine first. And he was trying to get her to do it. She said, look, I ain't signing nothing till I speak to Catherine. And she said, I know your type. She said, I know how you look at me. Like I'm just a maid and I'm stupid. He's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. But that's a damn lie. Because we saw a couple of episodes back. He had something to say about her when they first met her. So she said, I could smell the judgment on men like you. I said, oh, shoot. Okay. So he said, well, I could tell him, but he's not going to be happy. She said, I don't give a damn. No, I just added that. She said, I don't care. But give a damn sounded good. Anyway, she's like, you could go now. But then she said, wait a minute. You said there was two things when you walked in. You only told me one. What was the other thing? She said, oh, Veronica Harrington is in a deep hole in a large loan, and you know she owes $54 million or something like that, and Catherine Cryer approved it, but she wants to make sure she pays it, makes good on it. And he's like, she's like, Hannah said, well, somebody should call her. He said, would you like me to do that? She said, yeah, call her. You know, you should. So that part went on. Oh, and before he left, she said, and wait 1 minute. She said, the next time I open my door, you wait before I invite you in. He's like, yes, ma'am. We walking in damn people's houses until you say come in. But you saw the way she opened it. She opened it like let them in. She opened it and went behind the door. Go back and watch how she opened that damn door. You would think that's what it was because she wasn't in front of it. Anyway, you know Tyler with the scripts and all this stuff. Anyway, so Benny and Candace and Mitch, they sitting there at dinner. And I don't understand this whole line of stuff, why Tyler put that in there. But I didn't like it. So, of course, Benny wanted to know what Landon wanted. Candace ain't trying to talk about it. Not interested in discussing it. So what did she do? She said, I gotta go to the bathroom. That's because she's pregnant. She got to keep peeing. They're going to have her going to the bathroom a lot, I'm sure. So she goes to the bathroom. And Mitch is defending Candace, telling Benny he needs to be a little bit more sensitive with his sister. And he's like, dude, what? I know my sister. I know my sister. The truth is, Benny don't know a damn thing. He don't know his sister or nothing else. He know how to tow some damn cars. That's all he know. He don't even really know how to fight. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. Y'all can let me know down in the comment section. But that's my opinion. Anyway, so, Benny's saying he know his sister. We know he don't. And all of a sudden, this line of conversation, it sounds like Mitch is trying to tell something. I know, you know, I'm in love with your sister. You know, and I'm like, what the hell is happening here? It's been a secret all this time. Why are you talking about this now? You know, I mean, okay, you telling him to be sensitive to her. She's going through a rough time and all of this stuff. And Benny's not even trying to hear it, but he heard that when he was saying, I love you. He said, oh, you feeling on my, you feeling my sister and stuff like that. You know, I'm like, oh my God, don't say it, Mitch, don't. But he didn't say it. And then all of a sudden, here she comes back. Candace comes back. And he said, oh, Benny's like, he ordered you chicken, you know, let's see what she said, okay, chicken sounds good. He said, hold up. And I'm sitting there going, why was that a big deal that he ordered her chicken? Why did he even order chicken? I'm curious, what did Benny want to order for her? It's chicken. Everybody eat chicken. Cluck, 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 cluck. Anyway, let me stop. So anyway, so it's the chicken. And he's like, how is it you know so much about my sister? Let me find out that y'all been seeing each other. Y'all messing around and all this stuff. It's like, what you gonna do? Your sister older than you. She's a grown woman. She see what she want. And the way you talk to Mitch, you act like you a tough guy. Mitch is a Malone. He will F you up, Benny. And if he can't do it, he can get his family to do it. So stop it. Benny, you ain't got nobody else. Anyway. So they at the table and he's going to tell Mitch to just shut up and order food and stuff and let's eat and all this stuff. And Candace is like, what is it? It was something else he was trying to ask. They said, are y'all seeing each other? Oh, Candace called him, what did she call him? Like saying he was slow, always slow in high school or something like that. I said, what the hell is this? Why are we talking about high school? I was like, I got a little confused with that. All of a sudden calling him slow. She called him slow, I think. And I just got thrown off with that. But then she said, but Benny, you are street smart. I said, oh, please. He said, look at that underhanded compliment and stuff. You know, he is street smart, but he ain't got a damn bit of nothing else kind of sense. He ain't got no book smarts, that's for sure. So what else? What else happened? So they detracted from all of this by Candace asking Benny how many women he slept with, and then Mitch said, haha, she got you, and then, you know, she said, what about you, Mitch? How many you slept with? And Mitch acted like he was drinking. He's like, oh, this drink is good. And then they were like, Candace, how many men you slept with? She said, where that waiter at? Because she the hoe. She the one to get, well, at least she was smart enough. She was getting paid to do it. The rest of them was just doing it to feel good. She was like feeling good and getting ducats, okay? So I ain't mad at her, you know, her game. Anyway, what else? What's her name? Gretchen shows up to Gretchen shows up to the house, and Oliver comes out, and he's like, I'm so sorry. You know, he doesn't want to see you. He doesn't want to see me. He's still in love with that girl. I told you. If you know he's still in love with that girl, why are you surprised he don't want to see you? That was a dumb line. I'm sorry, y'all. Barbie J is cooking at the same time as she's doing this review. So my ringer went off. I had to go check on my chicken. Y'all know, shoot, please, can't be burning up no food nowadays. It's food shortage. Anyway, so Gretchen, I was talking about Gretchen and Oliver, and they were talking. He really don't want to see me. And I said that was a stupid line to put in there because she already knows that he loves Candace. So he goes, Oliver goes, you want to grab a drink or something? And she was like, a drink? Why? She said to discuss this. Let's just discuss it. Like, what are we going to do? And she was like, oh, man. She said, where? And he's like, well, maybe back at my house. She said, you're just trying to get me back to your place. He said, well, maybe. She said, you know what? What the hell? I'm horny. Come on, let's go. He said, damn, really? But Oliver, damn really is right. That's all you are to most women probably. It's like, oh, what the hell? I'm crazy anyway. What the hell? I'm high anyway. What the hell? Let me stop. But anyway, so then he goes to Tanner. He shows up to Veronica's house, and he's like, what do you want? What do you want? And she said, I want your help. And she shows him a picture of Colby. And he said, well, where is he? She said, that's what I want to find. I want to get him here at my house so you could do to him whatever you want to do to him. He's like, I'm not gay. She said, nobody said you was gay. She's like, nobody talk about being gay. Why are you going there with it? She's like, I just want you to let him know that he messed with the wrong bitch. He said, I'm not a bitch. She's like, I'm the bitch. You know, it's like, Tanner's so sensitive and stuff. Every little thing was like, I was like, oh my goodness, come on, Tanner. Whatever, Tanner can or whatever. So, he didn't tell her that he fought her and got his ass whooped by Colby. He didn't tell that part. But then, you heard the line. He said, well, what did he do to you? She said, you tell me what he did to you. And then I tell you what he did to me. And then she starts telling what he did to her. I'm like, what the hell just happened here? He was supposed to go first, then she was supposed to go. So I don't know who messed up the line, but I caught it. Okay? So he tells him that he saw him in the house. She tells what he did at her house, and she didn't like it. So he said, well, all of this wouldn't happen if it wasn't your son. You know, your son did this to my brother and blah, blah, blah. She said, that is not true. He said, yes, it is. He told me. She said, that is not true. She said, I have this file right here. Shows everybody your brother assaulted in the back of his squad car, sweetie. Yup. She told him. And he's like, that's not true. And this whole line, they were back and forth. That's not true. That's not true. Is this true? Is that true? Is that not true? I said, oh, come on. She ain't lying to you. And she said, you better not say that anymore to me after you finish reading that. She's like, I want you to beat that bitch down. Are you up for it? Talking about Colby. And he's like, yeah, I'm up for it. I was like, he gonna get, She said, so you got to call me, get him here. Well, he knows my voice and he knows my face. So we'll get somebody else. So he said, I'll get somebody else to do it. He said, but it's going to get bloody up in here and stuff. She said, well, that's fine. She said, man, I just filled my pool. Maybe you could drown him or something. I said, damn. She said, like, as a matter of fact, you know what? I got an idea. You could drown his ass. Just for him being in her pool. Anyway, what else? So when it goes back to, we at the end, and it goes back up to, what is it? Landon sitting in the hallway waiting for Candace and them to come back. Candace comes back and she doesn't want to talk to him, and she tells him that Mitch, talk to Mitch. Mitch, he thinks you hot. He likes you. Da 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 da. And Mitch is like, really? And you know, they got Mitch playing this role now. So I'm like, oh, here we go. And so Mitch decides that he gonna talk to him. He gonna take care of it. And that's what he did. Mitch talked to him, and it happened again where Mitch is kind of like saying, yeah, I know her better than you think I know her. Like throwing it out there to people to let everybody know he knows her. Yeah, well, I think I know her more than you know. I was like, what the hell is going on with Mitch? Is Mitch smelling himself? I don't know what's happening here. But, you know, when Landon was talking to him, he calls him Mr. Malone. He said, how you know my name? He said, we met before? He said, I know who you are, Mr. Malone. We met. He said, oh, okay. So they're talking. He says, you know, I know you, because of the type of family you are, you know how to keep secrets. He said, I want you to know that the president, this person I know likes her. He's in love with her. He's in love. He said, so. He said, you tell Mr. President-elect that she's not interested. He said, I didn't say it was her. He said, come on. I thought we were shooting straight. We know who we're talking about. He said, but she loves him. She gave him, he said, look, she gave him a chance and he blew it. He blew it. So now he has to come through me. Like we dating now. I said, what? He said, really? He said, yeah, we seen each other now. It's like, oh, come on, Mitch. Why you go there? Because when Benny hear this, Benny gonna go all crazy and stuff. So, he decides to tell Mitch how handsome he is and stuff. He said, don't take this the wrong way, but I think you're a tall cup of sexy man. And I said, and Mitch is like, thank you. You know, he said, wow, you're not offended? He's like, no. He said, I'm going to be 60. He said, I'm going to be in my 60s one day and all wrinkled. I'll take a compliment right now. And so he asked him, he said, wow, you're so upper-minded. And he asked him to have a drink with him. And Mitch agrees. And Landon's like, what? Landon's like, wait a minute. He looking around like he being punked or something, like something gonna happen to him. He's scared to get in the elevator. He said, nah, never mind. And he said, no, we gonna do this. And he said, you got me all thirsty now. So they went down to have a drink. You know, what else? Did I miss anything? It's back to Benny and Candace. They're in the hotel room talking. He shows her the house that the realtor's thinking about for him. It's $400,000. He says it's too much, even though he has $1 million. Whatever. Candace is like, Benny, really? So anyway, he's talking and he's like, it's too expensive. Just like this damn hotel. We getting out of here. Blah, 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 blah. He's still on the hotel. So she told her to call the realtor tomorrow to, you know, let her know that, remind her that she should be thinking about her commission. And he said, I think she's the one. I think she's the one. And she's like, oh, come on, Benny. Don't tell me you're thinking about smashing her. He said, well, yeah, she's like, she hot and stuff. But, he said, she's like a little bird and something. And I said, sick. That's where the little bird come in. And Candace teased him. Did you just say a little bird? Like, is she like a little robin? Tweety, tweety, tweety. You know, she did all the teasing and all that stuff. But that's the only place where that came in, that little bird. And I don't even know why they used it there. And it ended with Justin busting in, Tanner busting into Justin's apartment and beating the crap out of him because he knows he lied. And meanwhile, Justin was on the phone trying to call before his brother came in there. Please, Jeffrey, answer. He's going to kill me. Please, Jeffrey, answer. He's going to kill me. I'm sitting there going, you lied to your brother, dude. That's what happens. That's what happens. But next week, we should see all of this stuff. I can't wait to see next week to see how Hannah going to mess over David. David talking about he want to sleep with her, get to know her better. She know it's all about some money. And she know Jim put him up to it because she know he's nothing but Jim's little puppet, slave boy, whatever. His little kunta kinte. Anyway, that's it for this review. I know it was long. I'm sorry. I was giving detail. I'm in the holiday spirit. I'm feeling real, real good. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, a wonderful Hanukkah, a wonderful Kwanzaa. And I'll see you next week before the new year. God willing. See ya. Peace.